Hello and welcome to Study with Sudhir, your digital classroom. My name is TS Sudhir. I hope all of you are doing well, enjoying your winter vacation. Now, this is that time of the year when we all love to make resolutions, right? Don't we? So before you do that, a few important points that I want to convey regarding your semester 2 examinations, which I guess would take place sometime in the months of March and April. Now, semester 1 was an MCQ based examination, right? And that needed a certain approach, a certain strategy. Most of you did well. You had enough time to prepare, so most of you were able to do justice in most of the papers, right? And that's what I hope. Semester 2 will pose a new and a slightly different kind of challenge, because now the examination papers in most of the subjects, not this one, are both objective type and subjective type. So you need slightly different, slightly nuanced strategy to deal with both objective as well as subjective type question papers, right? So in this video, we will look specifically at one paper which did not go very well for many students. That is the geography paper, right? Now, I know it for a fact that most students did the history civics paper pretty well, right? Geography proved tough, or at least tricky, for many students, especially with regard to the topo sheets. There were some technical issues, etc. So मोटा headline ये है कि geography paper बहुत ही उम्दा नहीं किया. Okay, now that's in the past. What is in the past is history. Okay, let's focus on the present and the future. So I want to essentially talk about what should be the strategy as far as geography in term 2 is concerned, and what we at SWS intend to do. For one, we have started the geography course for semester 2. We did not do a geography course in semester 1 on the SWS app, mainly because one, time was less, and number 2, we had done all the chapters for semester 1 on the YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. YouTube channel पे semester 2 वाले chapters सिर्फ 2 chapters ही किए हैं, बाकी सब we haven't done on the YouTube channel, which is why I thought there was reason enough to do a full course and a very detailed course. And I'm very happy with the kind of work we are putting out, videos and notes that we are putting out on the SWS app as far as semester 2 syllabus for geography is concerned. Okay, we started it on Christmas, 25th of December, and we should be able to finish off the entire course by the 10th of February max. Okay, now if semester 1 was about climate and natural vegetation and water resources, etc., semester 2 takes it to the next level. Here we are talking about what really makes the country, which is agriculture, agro-based industries, energy resources, mineral resources, industrialization, the kind of industries, transport, waste management. So if that was at a base level, this one takes it at a higher level. You discover more of the country in the semester 2 syllabus. Semester 1 is what is already there with us. Semester 2 is what we have and what we are doing with all the resources that we have. So there is a difference in terms of the kind of syllabus that was there in semester 1 and what you will study in semester 2. There is large focus, as I said, both on agriculture and industrialization. Bulky chapters, especially the energy resources chapter. Agriculture chapter is also very bulky. Then there are the maps. Semester 1 you had the topo sheets. Now you have the maps. So now let me come to what are the strategy tips that we at SWS want you to follow if you want to make up for the lost marks in semester 1 and do well to get a 40 on 40 in geography, which is very much possible. Geography is a subject which is based on facts. अगर आप फैक्ट्स को समझेंगे, मैं रट्टा मारने की कभी बात नहीं करता हूं. I never advocate mugging up. If you are able to understand it, this will process everything, right? So if you're able to stay true to facts, nothing can stop you from scoring a 40 on 40 in the geography paper. Okay, the first thing that you need to do, and this is something I strongly recommend. I have done so myself when I was a student. Okay, I did so when my daughter was in class 10. That is, invest in this. I hope you can see this clearly. Okay, I want you to invest in an India political map. This has huge advantages. You understand your country very well. If you are reading about Rourkela steel plant, you need to know कि Rourkela आखिर है कहाँ. Especially if you are a student in Punjab or in Karnataka, you may not know where Rourkela is, where Jamshedpur is, right? Where the iron ore for these steel plants comes from, right? Where is Bengaluru? Where is Sriharikota? Everything, all these things can really happen if you invest in a map. So please buy a map like this. This cost me 110 rupees. So it's not something which is very expensive, right? And put it on a wall in your study room so that you can see it every day, every time when you are studying, and look at it regularly, almost like a time pass to see, okay, this is there, this much is the distance between this place and this place. Understand your country. It really helps. Okay. I grew up with both an India map and a world map, right? And also since you have map marking this time, this will really help you have an idea about what you are doing with it, right? And also a lot of places that you need to remember with agro-based industries, mineral-based industries, energy resources, etc. This will help you relate to it that much better. Now, the second question is, I've already talked about why is map important, right? ये S का maps का ये हो गया. Now, do you need to mug up? Is an important question that students always ask. Now, my effort in all the videos that we are putting out on SWS app is to explain and make you understand. Don't depend on rote learning. Okay, when you understand, the pressure on the mind is that much less. Mugging up, you will need to know the places, but how do you do that? You work out codes, you relate it to the map, right? Because when you see the thing on the map, okay, it is here, it is close to this place, you are able to kind of have visual memory of the map, that I saw this which was close to this place which I visited, or where my friend stays, or where my uncle stays. So I'm able to relate it. So you kind of relate it. It's like, you know, the brain registers the GPS. कहीं जाते वक्त GPS on करते हो ना, location on करते हो ना, you see Google Maps, right? So the location is able to register. Similarly, your mind will be able to register a location. Once you switch on the location, the map is going to be your GPS largely. Okay, so the delivery of information becomes that much more efficient. Okay, then you will know Mayurbhanj is in Odisha. Okay, Ramanathapuram is in Tamil Nadu. Otherwise, you will not to know any of these places. That Ratnagiri is in Maharashtra. Now, in chapters like sources of energy, etc., there's a lot to remember, like lots of names and detailing. Transport, waste management is more about understanding. Okay, and students generally have this thing, it's a boring chapter. No, do not make that mistake. Trust me, the future of careers in the 21st century, in the next 50 years, is going to be about environmental engineering. So what you're going to study today in waste management is going to be relevant if you're planning to become an environmentalist, activist, working in an NGO, or an environmental lawyer, or an environmental engineer. All these things are going to be relevant. So it's not as though it's a boring subject which has no relevance to what you will do in your future. Trust me, and I say this with all the authority at my command, these are important information systems that you are actually processing, and this will all become useful when you are kind of thinking about what career to process. Okay, save the planet, global warming, climate change, these are all important concerns of the 21st century, which will definitely be very relevant, definitely for the next 50 years, right? Now, unlike history, civics, and English literature papers, for example, this one has no MCQs. The 10 marks are for the maps, right? And the remaining 30 marks are for the chapters, right? So you will be getting 3 chapters. So you can say, okay, if I learn only 3 out of the 5 chapters, I will be safe. What will be my suggestion? 1, know the keywords. You will need to know the keywords which you will have to include in your answers in order to get marks. So knowing the keywords, for instance, in our notes, we are highlighting the keywords. In the videos also, I am going on saying this is the keyword in any answer which you need to know. That is something, that's a trick that you need to know for sure. Okay. You also need to create your own codes and tables in order to have better recall. Okay. Can we leave out a chapter? Yes, you may. If you think some chapter you are simply not comfortable with, it's entirely up to you what you feel comfortable with. Some people may think that I'm not comfortable with agriculture. Some students may feel I'm not comfortable with energy resources. So my suggestion to you is don't go with preparing only 3. Suppose there is a googly question, I don't want you to unnecessarily lose out marks. So prepare 4 so that you have a buffer. एक 12th man का होना जरूरी है. Okay, teams में एक reserve wicket keeper क्यों रखते हैं? Why do they carry a reserve wicket keeper? So that if Rishabh Pant is injured, Riddhiman Saha can don the gloves, right? Similarly, have a buffer chapter. 5th chapter also, go through it reading, at least you have a basic understanding, but definitely 4 chapters is something which you should definitely prepare. Please do not go with only 3 chapters. Okay, unless risk लेने का बहुत शौक है तो, unless you love to take risk, it's entirely your call. We will finish off the entire geography chapter on the SWS app, the Geography Guru course that we are calling it, by the 10th of February. Okay, already 2 of the 5 chapters we have already finished. Now, I mean, our effort is essentially to ensure that जिनका भी geography का first semester में paper अच्छा नहीं हुआ, we give them a good opportunity to make up for whatever marks that they have lost. And last request I have is, last time I saw many students enrolled into the history civics course at the very last minute, the night before the exam, one day before the exam. Please do not do that for geography. There's a lot of ground to cover. So the sooner you start, the better it will be. If you travel with us, it will be better for you to, in order to finish the syllabus much early, so that before the examination, there is no last minute unnecessary panic. Okay, that would be my advice to you. Thank you very much. All the best to you. My season's greetings to all of you. Thank you.